don't know that that's ever happened to me. There you see Patrick Patterson, and really unfortunate what happened to this young man. His last game that he participated in was at home against Arkansas, and he absolutely was the difference in that matchup, as he would have been in just about every game Kentucky would play. They leaned on him heavily. For this team to play as well as it did against Tennessee, and I think tonight, in a lot of respects, they are really serving notice as to whether they can win, not just compete, but win without Patrick Patterson.
I think Kentucky needs one regular season SEC win to secure their place in the NCAA tournament. They're already sitting here with 10 conference wins. No SEC team since expansion has reached 10 league wins and not made the SEC or the NCAA tournament. I think the Cats, without Patterson, they really need one.
Crawford off the front iron. The ball lost out of bounds by South Carolina. See some of the early scores coming in. Virginia and Duke getting together in Charlottesville. By the way, Kentucky will be at home for a matchup with another bubble team in the SEC East, Florida, on Saturday. And Florida, of course, playing at Tennessee tonight. Boy, what an opportunity. I should say Tennessee at Florida tonight. What an outstanding opportunity the Gators have at home tonight to perhaps punch their ticket into the NCAA tournament. Curry is fouled, challenging Mike Holmes that time, and Holmes puts up the foul.
Real interesting time of year. Arkansas, Florida, Kentucky, all battling that bubble, trying to get off and on to the good side and make it into the NCAA tournament.
Never hurts to win at this time of year.
Yes, sir.
Although I will say, even with Arkansas's loss at Ole Miss last night, they're 5-4 against the RPI top 50. They just take care of business at home, and I believe that they're into the tournament. I think Florida either needs to win tonight or win at Kentucky, or they may be on the outside looking in.
I think you're dead on about that. They're only at 8 conference wins so far.
And their strength of schedule not that strong, and not many wins against RPI top 50s, which matters a lot to the tournament selection committee. Remember, though, the SEC tournament can cure a lot of ills. You can get the automatic bid by winning it. That's the start. Nolan Richardson did that once at Arkansas to get into the tournament, as you see South Carolina turning it over. But I believe this is one of those years, Barry, where conference tournaments all across the country may be more important than ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no question about it. Always critical. And, of course, what happens in those conferences where the league will probably only get one bid unless the favorite loses. And all of those things will be critical as we come down the stretch. But the best thing you can do is win at this time of year. That will solve all the problems.
There's that high pitch from Bradley. Harris baseline draws a strong move. Billy Gillispie loved that possession. Down to 6 on the shot clock, and they got a very good look off the window.
Exactly. Great job by Ramon Harris attacking the basket.
He and Stevenson have played very well for Kentucky. Jasper. Well, that was all ball. Heck of a defensive play by Derek Jasper.
And your point guard can swat shots. Makes you so versatile defensively.
Stevenson unable to connect. Counting. That stop-and-go ability of his as it knocked away by Harris. South Carolina will go to its bench. Grandis Rayleigh Ross will come into the game.
Here's Ramon Harris taking it strong down the baseline. At the other end of the court, Derek Jasper getting that block shot on Dominique Archie, a point guard who can block the shot of the opponent's tallest player. Very impressive as Jasper is going straight up man-to-man against Dominique Archie.
Rayleigh Ross, number 5, now back into the lineup for the South Carolina team. Has the ability to go small with 3 guards from time to time. Strong power move inside by Archie. Does not fall. That's palming against Crawford. 3rd turnover by Kentucky.
Kentucky averages, in conference play, they're averaging 15 turnovers a game. better than they were doing in their non-conference games at over 17 a game, but still, those 15 turnovers, especially when you're playing at a slower pace, playing this the style that they have gone to lately, those turnovers will kill you.
Look at that crossover move by Johnson. He's got it all, doesn't he? The ball does not fall for Archie again, but they do get the offensive rebound.
South Carolina taking their time. They haven't been able to get much around the basket here lately. Kentucky doing a nice job closing down the middle of late.
Only when they've had an opportunity with the dribble drive have they created open looks. And that usually means get it into number two's hands.
Always a good idea.
There it is. And the foul will be spotted inside. Harris and Stevenson converge. And the foul goes against Ramon Harris. First foul on Harris, just the second team foul against Kentucky. There's Billy Jean. This team, it took a while, a period of adjustment. Some for them, a little for him. And this club has really had an outstanding second half of the year. Ramel Bradley has Crawford on his hip. Rejected by Archie. Back the other way to Dwayne Day. And he launches a tray. Too strong. Crawford right back to the 10.
And no let-up from Joe Crawford after getting his shot swatted by Dominique Archie his last trip down. Joe Crawford staying calm, taking it right to the basket. Nice finish from Crawford.
Downey on the dribble drive, rejected by Jasper. Quick outlet to Crawford, right in front of us. And the Colt goes flying. Well, we had a major adjustment here.
We're gonna need a wardrobe change here, Timmy.
Well, they got my board too.
Oh, nice.
Boy.
Sticky.
Somebody have a towel? Can we towel off? There we go.
Yes.
And this board's got to work for the SEC tournament too, you know.
A little bit too close to the action right there.
Brian Burnett, our statistician, former sports information director here, he got the worst of it. You okay, my man? Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
E for effort.
This game's gotten interesting of late. We're getting up and down these last couple of trips. Not much scoring.
Well, I don't know if it got interesting for you. It almost took me to the emergency room. Timeout. Kentucky leads by 5. And who said this wasn't a contact sport for announcers? 13-8 is our score with 11:49 remaining in the opening half. We've toweled off. Tim Brando, and by my side right now, along with Barry Booker, this is one of the legendary coaches and a man that knows a lot about Dave Odom, Terry Holland. Terry, it's good to have you. We've been here before, haven't we?
Absolutely, and it's good to be here tonight. Dave Odom is a class person, as you know, and a wonderful basketball coach. And I just had to come down here and hug him and tell him how much he's meant to the game, as well as to me personally and his family as well.
Barry, my first game that I ever televised nationally was in Charlottesville, 1985. It was right after they had made it to the Final Four in '84. Jimmy Larinaga, Dave Odom on your staff, and you've got to be so proud of your extended coaching family throughout.
Yeah, and both of those coaches, Jim Larinaga and Dave Odom, both have put out a lot of coaches themselves.
That's
so
right.
The tree is continuing to grow.
Indeed. A.J. Stewart. This is a Kentucky team that Terry Holland has had to change and alter its style because of the loss of their big freshman, Patrick Patterson. And now Billy Gillespie's using a lot of clock, forcing teams to defend against the shot clock, and it's been working for him.
Well, and both of these teams like to do the same thing. So it should be an interesting game, a real physical game. Both of them are good defensive coaches.
Coach Holland, the about Dave Odom. Could you see, as he came to you as an assistant coach, could you see him having a great future as a head coach when he was on your staff?
Yeah, Jim Larrañaga and I both love Dave, and he was actually the head coach at East Carolina University, where I did.
A fine place.
It's amazing how small the world really is, and Jim and I were talking, said, what if we could get Dave Odom to come up here and be an assistant for us? So I invited him over to my beach place, and we took his wife out skiing and stuff, and we recruited him, and we got it. But yeah, I thought he would be an excellent head coach. He had struggled at East Carolina. He had a 500 record during those years.